What's going on, y'all? It's Smo Reviews here, back at it again with another video, man. I gotta be honest, I have to apologize. For the last week or so, ever since right after Gnome 15, been rather unmotivated with battle rap related topics. So I kind of figured, as there is once every year, it feels like for the last couple years, after Gnome, there'd be a month, maybe month and a half, where it's just a bit dry, at least a few weeks, where there's not really battles being talked about. You saw the drama picked up. John was sending shots at Danny Myers, even though he didn't pay him. Make that make sense. Easy and Tex had their fallout, right? And anyone that watches this channel, topics like that, usually I just don't have a lot to say. I like to talk on battles. I know the Riot has a couple events coming up, one even today, that I tried doing prediction blogs for yesterday. I found myself reshooting, re-recording, and then I realized I don't even think they're streamed. I don't think there's been no word on if the explosive event today with Coffee or A-Ward is streamed, so I kind of just let that pass. We'll see what goes down with that, and I was just waiting for announcements. A topic that motivated me, made me want to turn on this camera, and then I see late last night, KShine return card fully announced this time, against all odds, rebirth of a culture, right? And this flyer is so insane. There's so many things comically wrong with what I'm looking at. It's only right considering everything that's went through this KShine saga, and it's something that I could not go without talking about. So, as you guys might have seen already here, and as I'm looking at right now, like I said, against all odds, rebirth. Last time we heard from KShine, Power Network was involved, right? That very obvious scam, which when they uploaded their flyer, out of nowhere as well, same way with this, KShine says nothing, no one says anything, it just kind of pops up out of nowhere. It was talked about $80 and the website didn't add anything. This time, like I said, we have a full event flyer. We have 4 battles here, but before we even get to the battles, the travesty, the multiple attacks on hip-hop that are contained here between these matchups, we have to talk about the flyer itself, right? So I see August 2nd, that's a cool date, pretty close, right? So this is a late announcement. Something I noticed off rip, I believe they fixed it on some of the newer flyers. I see KShine versus Hottie Hora. Hottie Hora. So we've left the S somewhere else. The S is back in the UK. Hottie Hora is coming to the US. So we have the headliner spelled wrong to begin with. Secondly, and this is everyone's favorite that I've seen so far, in the bottom right, you see RapGrid. And RapGrid is known for pay-per-view, but they're going into a whole new lane here, a new experience called pay-per-view. Pay-per-view, you know what I'm saying? Like a loose leaf sheet of paper and viewing it. So it doesn't even say pay-per-view correctly. And that's when I knew this was something special. This is a piece of history we will not forget. This flyer is fucking drunk. This flyer is intoxicated. It's looking like it might have a blood alcohol level higher than 0.08. But wait, that is not all the fun there is to be had here, my good people. Because over here by the address line, which was pointed out by my boy Battle Rap Bum, who I was having a good laugh with going back and forth when this flyer first dropped, where the zip code should be located at the end of the address. For those that don't know, a zip code has 5 numbers in it. There is 6 numbers. It says 111008, which leads me to believe that this is in fact not a zip code. This is a locker combination. There is a locker combination where the zip code should be. What does it unlock, you ask? What is it the combination to? I believe this will unlock whatever safety deposit box KShine has left his mind in, because he has completely fucking lost it. I mean, and this is saying a lot considering all the ridiculousness that has been KShine's return, from the Power Network to all the false pump faking interviews. Wait on it, it's going to be the biggest return ever, and then this drops. But this is truly the most nonsensical, unprofessional, ridiculous thing that has been put out through the whole saga, and it's really the first official full card flyer. So I don't know who has to be held responsible, who made this flyer. If it was multiple people, maybe KShine made the flyer, who actually knows? But we won't know from the man himself, because he hasn't really spoken on anything. Once again, it's like a flyer just drops, and I'm hearing he's leaving comments maybe on a couple of videos, but I don't think he's posted himself. Maybe he feels a little bit ashamed of what has been everything leading up into this return, and it's just further steps of a man who saw that the trendy thing to do was, all right, URL contract disputes, I'm gonna get really loud and vocal and do my own thing. But to do your own thing, like an Easy the Block captain has, who is always like that textbook example, I think kind of set the momentum up for shit like this. You have to have a plan. You have to have, you can't just say, I'm not gonna do it anymore and something is just gonna appear. You have to actually have steps to make a card happen, make a production happen, and everything. This flyer is just one small picture of it's not meant for everyone to take that route. So then you get into the actual matchups itself, right? We already have KShine versus, not Shoddy, Hottie Hora. KShine versus Hottie Hora. So that will be going down now in New York. I think, what was it, King of Diamonds it was originally supposed to go down at. Has Shoddy said anything? I don't know. It's just so confusing. Already a matchup people didn't like very much when it first came out. But then you go to the other three matchups, the 4 battle card, so a smaller card. You have Nick C versus JC. I'm hearing Nick C might be Zip 'em Up. Just perfect. Just perfect. An unknown Zip 'em Up artist to open the card. And JC will battle a colony of ants within the same day. JC will battle absolutely anybody. So no shocker, JC pops up in this flyer. Then maybe my favorite and potential to be one of the worst things to ever happen in battle rap is in the year of 2025, Big T versus Serious Jones. It's so bad, it brings me a little bit of joy. I cannot believe someone's mind went and had the idea of calling these two individuals to rap against each other. Obviously, when we speak on Big T, I think one of the best examples of someone that, as time went on, always has a recognizable prime, but is so far from the battler he used to be. And I think Serious Jones has that same element. He can show up sometimes and be respectable, even good, but especially the last few years, you're really seeing him have a hard time connecting overall to the culture, big room or small. So Big T and Serious Jones, Nick C versus JC, and then Reed Dollars versus Sharon. Reed has not really been in good form. Sharon is the one person on this card that I feel like is actually, no matter how this card turns out, if it even goes down, I think Sharon might be the only great or one of the only good takeaways from this. Sharon's been great for the last few years. I don't know how he got involved in all this, but he's going to get Reed Dollars on the resume. I can count on Sharon to be good. That might be the only normal thing that I see on this card. And as we discussed, KShine and Shoddy at the top, this is an absolute mess. It is a fever dream. Nobody thought it was real when they first looked at it until everyone realized it's on RapGrid for $40. I still think they have to be trolling with the flyer. Pay-per-view, a lock combination where the zip code should be, and half of the headliner spelled wrong. So it's every time I think that it can't get more ridiculous when it comes to KShine's return, it just takes another step up. And that's not even mentioning, if we want to get really picky, the way the battlers are set up on the flyer with like Serious Jones in the middle, just front and center, like he's the main attraction of the event. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I don't even know, like I said, I'm not even fully sure if the event will go down. They got farther than last time. There's a full flyer out. I don't even they didn't announce when the event got canceled with KShine and Shoddy in December. It just came out in a Hip Hop is Real blog. Once again, KShine says nothing, but apparently he spoke to Knowledge, who said it would be March. It would be March Madness. There was absolutely nothing mentioned for anything in March. And now we're here with this going down in August. It's almost like I can only say so much without just being like, wow, you know what I mean? And I think it all comes back to the same answer, which is if KShine is really going to return in any facet, I guess business-wise, I don't know what happened with the Power Network. With the numbers he was throwing around, it looked like he was honestly just making them overpay because they thought they were getting like the return of Michael Jackson. Respectfully, KShine is big here, but he's KShine, you know what I mean? It's not like with him not promoting or anything, just the thought of him coming outside is going to make everyone like scramble and put 1,000 people's asses in seats. So I don't know what the long-term plan is, but if he gets this obligation done, he has to go and work through a league. This is a guy who is really meant to be an independent contractor and just paid to do a job. There's not the mind of a league owner here, the mind of someone that's going to create his own situation. All-time talent. For many people, probably a top 10 battle rapper all time. For me, a top 15 battle rapper all time. Second best performer the sport has ever seen. He needs to be in the game. He needs the game as much as the game needs him. There's plates out here for KShine. There's events to headline, money to be made. But ego has been a big thing through this whole saga, and at some point he has to make his way back to simply just being paid to rap. Now, the big roadblock, which has always been, which is why we're here in this hellish landscape where a card like this exists, is that I believe KShine is still going to have to finish those obligations with URL if he truly wants to battle somewhere else. Just body Jackboy, man. Get through the last battle on the contract. Who cares at this point? Get through it so you could move on with your career and continue to be an all-time great. The last time we saw him was real sick, and he was phenomenal. I don't think, maybe there's a little bit of ring rust because it's been years. I don't think this affects KShine's skill set at all. Maybe if there's one battle where he's a little rusty, he'll come right back and still be great. Hell, he could be great in this battle versus Shadi Hora, but because of the route he's taken, it's just won't be taken seriously. Who knows who it'll even be seen by, or if this event will still go down. So at some point, unless it's just going to take him from battle rap, which is also possible, we've seen it with other talents in the past that truly just leave the game, he has to go get whatever contractual obligation he has done, figure out something, and go back to simply being booked by league so he can be a part of the game again. Because his ego and the path he's taken down leading into this is ridiculous, and it's sad to see someone that's this talented, still to this day, has so much left in the tank, be looked at more as a joke than one of the best battle rappers in the world. And this is usually the part of the video where I say, this is my full thoughts on the topic, this is my full thoughts on KShine's return, but I don't know even if I tried, if I could ever really give my full thoughts on all this, because the talking points are just ridiculous. There's something added every time. The jokes just go on for days. But like I said before, of course, it's sad for Shine, but it's also a bit of a bad look for the culture when we name what are some of the biggest, like, groundbreaking announcements or especially returns that could be made. KShine is commonly a top 3 answer, if not the number 1 answer for humongous returns that we could have. So when the flyer comes out and it's dyslexic, that makes the culture look a little bit goofy. Like, this is one of the biggest things we have to offer, and for the second time in a row, it's a fucking clown show. So of course, now I want to hear your guys' opinions in the comment section down below. First of all, what is your favorite part of the flyer? What's your favorite matchup on the card? I think at some point I'll be doing predictions for this if it goes down closer to the event. It's going down on pay-per-view. I'll have my notebook open, watching it live in real time. But what are your predictions, and what do you think is the next step after this? Do you agree with me where he goes back to the leagues, or is this all working towards someone who maybe is going to be out of the game soon? I don't know. At the end of the day, even with all this being said, I still want to see KShine rap. I just want to see it professionally, because this does not look like professional level battle rap in front of my eyes right now. But it's been J Smo Reviews again here, y'all. Please, battle rap, give me some events or announcements or topics rap related that I could do some more videos on, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one, man. Peace.